work? How do animals get their energy? What do you guys think? Food, yes, Jacob. Eating, yes, Angelina. We have to eat food. We are animals. We are part of the animal class or the animal kingdom. We have to eat food to get energy. Very good. Explain what happens when we breathe. What do we breathe in and out? What do you guys think? So which one's which? What do we breathe in? Yes, Shayla, oxygen. And yes, Jacob, carbon dioxide. But which one's which?
You breathe in carbon dioxide and you let out oxygen, I believe.
Opposite. You breathe
Oh,
in
really?
oxygen. Yeah. Oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. Yes. Good, Angelina. Good, Jacob. What is another word for breathing? What do we know? Respiration. Good, Angelina. I couldn't understand whoever just talked. What about mitochondria? What is the function of mitochondria? Inhale, Jacob, yes, but that's only half of it because we exhale too. So respiration was the word I was looking for. And then mitochondria. Mitochondria is an organelle from chapter 3 that we talked about. It is the powerhouse of the cell. Good, Shayla. Yep. Its nickname is the powerhouse of the cell. It gives us energy. And then does cellular respiration happen in animal cells, plant cells, or both? Both, yep. Hi, Darius. Hi, Zaya. Very good. Shayla, Angelina. Cellular respiration happens in both. All right. So essential question is the same. How do different organisms obtain and use energy to survive in their environment? Last week we talked about plants and how they make their own food. Today we're talking about animals and how we get our energy. Our key concept, the process of cellular respiration converts sugar into ATP using oxygen. And that is a fancy picture of a mitochondria because that is the organelle that this happens in. Some of our organs use a lot of energy, like our heart. Our heart beats all the time, every second of every single day of our millions and millions of seconds being alive. And therefore, the heart needs a lot of mitochondria because it uses a lot of energy. So we take in two main compounds in two ways. Sugar, we eat it, and oxygen, we inhale it. This is half of the cellular respiration equation. We know what we eat sugar, and we breathe in oxygen. The other half is what we put out. We get rid of two main compounds in two ways. We get rid of water by either peeing or sweating. We also get rid of carbon dioxide when we exhale, when we breathe out. So we take in two compounds, we put out two compounds. And these compounds are common sense. We eat food with sugar, glucose, we breathe in oxygen. We put out water when we pee and we sweat. And we put out carbon dioxide when we exhale and breathe out. And so then all we're going to do for the equation is turn those words into symbols. So the equation for respiration, C6H12O6, that is glucose, a form of sugar, plus 6 molecules of O2, that's oxygen that we breathe. The arrow indicates it goes through a chemical reaction, bonds get broken and reformed. And then you have the two products, 6CO2, that's what we exhale and put out into the air, plus 6H2O, water. And from that chemical reaction, we also get energy, and our molecules that we use for energy is ATP. So the other thing is you have these two equations. We talked about photosynthesis last week, and we talked about cell respiration this week. Do you guys notice anything, a relationship between these two? Anybody brave enough to tell me what they notice?
The products and reactants are swapped depending on if it's photosynthesis or cellular respiration.
Good. So they're not the same, Jacob. They're opposite. So I'll do this. So the reactants of photosynthesis are the products of cell respiration. And then the reactants of cell respiration are the products of photosynthesis. So the equations are actually opposite to each other. So they use the same molecules, but the reactants of one is the products of the other. All right. Yeah, you gotta look at the arrows. All right, there's two main types of respiration that happen in living things, not just humans. But aerobic respiration requires oxygen. We are animals that require oxygen. We have to have oxygen to be able to make ATP and energy. That happens in the mitochondria. But there are short periods of time where our bodies can make energy without oxygen. And there are whole organisms, small organisms, mostly bacteria, that still need to make ATP but don't have access to oxygen. And that type of respiration is called anaerobic respiration. So they look the same. Aerobic respiration needs the air, needs the oxygen. Then anaerobic respiration happens when there is no oxygen. And that happens in the cytoplasm, not the mitochondria. And then fermentation is an anaerobic process. It allows ATP to be made when there is no oxygen. So like I said, just because there's no oxygen, sometimes our bodies or even whole animals still need to make ATP. Most organisms do this by fermentation. It's also a process that humans have harnessed for commercial use. We make money off of it because humans will find anything to make money off of. So it's used to make a lot of foods, cheese, beer, yogurt, bread, all use the process of fermentation